Jurgen Klopp's leaving Liverpool at the end of the season. Xavi is leaving Barcelona at the end of the season. Is Eddie Howe going to be leaving Newcastle? Thomas Tuchel going to be leaving Bayern Munich? Is Roberto De Zerbi going to be heading off somewhere from Brighton? I think we're going to be approaching one unbelievable managerial merry-go-round in the summer. Tom, first of all, starting with Liverpool, is it going to be the manager that most Liverpool fans seem to want as their next man?
Well, Xabi Alonso, well, I mean, he'd be one of the obvious names in the frame. He served the club with distinction as a player, won the Champions League, is having a brilliant start to life in management at Bayer Leverkusen, who he took over when they were second bottom after 8 games, and now they're 2 points clear in the Bundesliga. He would be definitely one they should be looking at, but you know, you also got to think, as you mentioned, Bayern Munich could change managers. Real Madrid would think Carlo Ancelotti's going to stay, but there's always sort of question marks there. And obviously, he played well for them as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if they were interested too. But then again, you know, with Alonso, if he was the man that Liverpool were looking at, he hasn't been doing it for that long. You know, think of Klopp when he took over. He'd had a long managerial career by then. He'd stayed for a long time at Mainz. Had a long time at Borussia Dortmund by the time he came in. 7 years at both, yeah. Exactly. So in a way that might be a gamble, albeit he does seem like the next cab off the rank, you know, for a top club, Alonso. So it's whether they want to go for him now or not. But you mentioned De Zerbi as well. I mean, there's been sort of talk about him for a long time. Everyone knows what a great job he's done at Brighton. Attacking football he plays. You think also, you know, he'll be due a move to a real top club in the coming years. You could understand why he would also be one to look at.
I think with Alonso, you know, the fear is, as you mentioned, A, he's relatively inexperienced, and B, we don't know how he's going to end the season. You know, he's doing really well, but if all of a sudden Leverkusen finished third, I think a lot of Liverpool fans will change their tune, even though, you know, he's got real potential long term. Equally, you know, De Zerbi hasn't won anything either at Brighton, although, again, who knows, he might be going to Manchester United, another one, Erik ten Hag, if he leaves at the end of the season. It's going to be, I think, quite an unbelievable summer with a lot of top jobs.
I agree, but then when you look at the way Man United and Liverpool have been faring in the last few years, I think Liverpool looks a much more attractive job than Man United right now. De Zerbi, I mean, that'd be a brilliant fit for if Man United can get him, but if you were him, you'd be thinking more Liverpool, they're sort of ready to go. They've rebuilt. They've done this rebuild this season with the midfield, and we look at the attacking players they've got at their disposal. I think with his style of play, he'd be a great fit. Whereas Man United would need a lot of work. Obviously, 2 absolutely massive clubs, but yeah, I mean, again, he's definitely someone who they all should be looking at.
What about where do you think Klopp's going to end up, if at all, if he does manage again? Yeah. I think there's no, it's not certain that he will. He probably will.
Yeah, I don't think it is certain because he's 56 now. He's been doing this for a long time. He's obviously leaving because he wants to recharge. He needs a break. Needs the energy, and I don't know. I obviously don't know him, so I don't know what he's like as a person. Whether he's driven to do this for Roy Hodgson years, well a long time into the future. I just don't really get the sense with him. But I think he needs a decent break. That was the plan last time after Dortmund.
In 3 months, wasn't it?
Yeah, but then he got such an attractive offer, he couldn't turn it down. If that were to be the case now, maybe he might change his mind. But what's out there?
Could be, Germany.
Yeah, Germany's the option because of what Nagelsmann is done by the end, or contracted to the end of the Euros. But that's quite a quick turnaround.
Yeah, it'd be a bad decision, wouldn't it? I think.
But then also it'd be a very different kind of style of management. Maybe it would work better if he does want more of a break. You don't have to have that day-to-day kind of responsibility and the demands on your time, so perhaps. But if it weren't to be Germany or a national job, I mean, I guess the obvious ones are Barcelona and Real Madrid. But Barcelona, yes, Xavi's leaving. So first of all, Xavi's leaving, so we know they're going to need someone soon. But Barcelona are not the Barcelona of a few years ago. Like they don't. I cover Tottenham. They've had interest in Giovanni Lo Celso for a long time, but they don't have the money to buy him. That's Gio Lo Celso, who could probably be gone for about 20 million. And I don't see that changing anytime soon. So even though they've got some wonderful players, it's not quite the yesteryear. So would that be as attractive?
No, they're going to end up getting someone like Thiago Motta from Bologna, I think, aren't they, more likely than Jurgen Klopp. So finally, start of next season, who's going to be the manager of Liverpool? Who's going to be in charge of Manchester United? And who's going to be manager of Newcastle?
Put me on the spot there. I think Newcastle. I think Eddie Howe's going to get through this. It's going to be a tricky few weeks with some hard fixtures off the back of some poor results. But I think hopefully he's got enough credit in the bank from what he's done before. And the Newcastle squad is built in his image. So I think they would do well to keep with him. So I think they'll stay with him. Liverpool, I think Roberto De Zerbi's got a chance. I don't think that's the obvious one for outsiders. But I don't know. I just think I've got a suspicion about him. Man United. Do you think they're going to stick with Ten Hag?
I don't think he'll be managing next season.
So do you think De Zerbi's more likely to?
I think De Zerbi with Man United, Alonso Liverpool, and I hope Eddie Howe at Newcastle.
Okay, I think maybe you might have talked me around there, Charlie.
Right.